Thank you. Wow, all I can say is thank you for inviting me today. And I have to say that I feel more at home here than almost anywhere else. Because my story is your story, and your story is mine. You know, it's interesting being an actor, because an actor, well, we're all actors, right? Hey, when I teach, I say, you know, every person has one big eye, but a lot of little me's inside. And those are the different characters we play. But really, Ugly Betty has been an amazing phenomenon in American culture, because it is the first Latino program, Latino-based program, that has truly been a crossover hit. And by that I mean 80% of our viewers are non-ethnic. 11% are African American and 9% are Latinos, because the rest of the Latinos are watching in Spanish. But as soon as they learn English, they'll start watching our show. And that's what our program is about in East LA, is teaching kids through theater how to learn English faster and better. But I never expected, as an actor, when I started my career, to be the kind of person that would be recognized on the street. And it happens every day. And over a 30-year career, it happens differently as you grow up the ranks of recognizability. When I first started, people would look at me and say, you look familiar. Do you attend our synagogue? I said, I haven't been cast as Jewish yet, but maybe someday. But then it evolves into other levels of recognition. And one of those is when they come up to you and they mistake you for somebody else. Like they'll say, excuse me, but are you George Lopez? And I have to say that I did say to myself, I'm ugly, but I'm not that ugly. Even George acknowledges that. He said, if I wasn't funny, I'd be selling oranges by the freeway. But I think the most interesting recognition has happened lately. Besides it's a very passionate show for women because of the values that it proposes about making it in this country as a woman and as a Latina, as a minority. So I get a lot of women at the mall who come up to me and say, excuse me, but can I hug you? And I don't know if you know the stories, but for a while, I was an illegal immigrant in the program. And I would always say, yes, you can hug me if you can give me a social security number. But I think the most remarkable recognition has been recently when I was standing outside of a wonderful store in our neighborhood called Target. You may have heard of that. A lot of languages are spoken there, but not French. And I was outside of the store with my son, Alex, who, by the way, is here in New York and will be starting at Columbia in the fall. So, the planners are continuing in college. We were standing there, and a little guy comes up to me, and he says, excuse me, but do you know who you are? I couldn't quite understand how to answer that, so I decided to answer it philosophically. I said, no, but I'm working on it. And that's my message to you today. I want to challenge you to dare to dream. To dream big. To dream difficult. To dream challenging. I tell you, as Hilda, as many of you here today, faculty, etc., we are in many ways walking miracles. Certainly I am in my industry. I am the first to graduate from college in my family, just like you. I was an immigrant who spoke not a word of English when I came to this country. My first words were pencil sharpen. So I could do my work in school. But here I am. And let me give you perspective on my dream. Okay, like I mentioned, immigrant, no English, poor. We used to live in a house with 13 people and one bathroom. 2 families living together in Miami, Florida. Let me tell you, there was more negotiating on the line to that bathroom than in the United Nations. Because nobody wanted to be stuck with a wet towel. I remember the refugee center feeding us powdered eggs, powdered milk, and a wonderful product called Spam. We used to joke that you could go into the theaters in Miami, you could tell where the Cubans were sitting because you could smell the Spam. Let me tell you, when I need inspiration about going forward with my challenges and my dreams, all I have to do is think about Spam. I will never eat Spam again. I hope they're not a sponsor of Hunter College. But I will never eat it again because the fear of eating it propels me to great heights. So dare to dream. Let me give you a perspective of my profession, okay? There are over 100,000 actors in Los Angeles. Those are the ones in the union. There's about a couple of 100,000 that say they're actors, but they aren't even in the union. But in the union, we have about 95% unemployment. That's way higher than the United States of America. We have 5% of our membership that make a living at the poverty